In 2025, the United States has reportedly intensified its immigration enforcement. This crackdown has led to the deportation of thousands of Asian nationals back to their home countries, including individuals from nations not typically associated with high removal numbers. This raises a crucial question. Why are these specific countries the most affected by U.S. deportations this year? We will now reveal the top 5 Asian countries with the highest rates of U.S. deportations in 2025. 5. Malaysia. Although the Malaysian community in the United States is relatively small compared to those from countries like China or India, the percentage of immigration violations among Malaysian nationals is notably high. One of the most frequent issues is tourist visa abuse. Many Malaysian citizens enter the U.S. on a tourist visa but fail to depart once their authorized period of stay expires. Instead, they remain in the country to work without proper documentation. Consequently, when U.S. authorities conduct immigration checks, Malaysians are often quickly identified due to their high overstay ratio, making them a significant part of the growing deportation statistics in 2025. Another major cause for deportation is illegal employment. A number of Malaysians are found working without the necessary permits in labor-intensive sectors such as cleaning services, caregiving, and construction. There are also cases of student visa misuse, where individuals enter the U.S. as students but never actually pursue their studies, instead using the visa as a pathway to illegal employment. Such abuses have prompted stricter monitoring by U.S. immigration authorities, placing Malaysia under closer scrutiny and increasing deportations within this group. What makes Malaysia's case particularly noteworthy is its disproportionately high overstay ratio. While the total number of Malaysians in the U.S. is modest, the percentage of those overstaying their visas is high relative to their overall population, causing them to stand out more readily to immigration officers. Additionally, reports of document misuse and visa fraud by a small segment of Malaysian nationals have exacerbated the issue. Overall, Malaysia demonstrates that a country does not require a massive migrant population to appear on the U.S. deportation list. A smaller community with a high violation percentage can be enough to place it among the top 5 Asian countries for U.S. deportations in 2025. We'd love to hear your thoughts on these issues. What is your opinion on this topic? Drop a comment below and tell us what you think, and don't forget to include where you're from. 4. Nepal. Nepal may be a small nation, but its presence in U.S. immigration statistics is surprisingly substantial. One of the main reasons is the high volume of asylum applications filed by Nepalese nationals. Thousands have sought refuge in the United States, frequently citing political instability or economic hardship back home. However, the majority of these asylum claims are rejected, either due to a lack of evidence or because they failed to satisfy the strict criteria set by U.S. immigration law. As a result, many face deportation following the denial of their applications. Another key issue is unauthorized employment. Many Nepalese migrants who overstay their visas or enter through other means often secure service jobs in restaurants, cleaning services, or gas stations without legal papers. These sectors are appealing because of constant demand, but working without authorization is a direct breach of U.S. immigration rules. Once detected by authorities, these workers are immediately subject to deportation, contributing to the rising numbers in 2025. Moreover, visa overstays remain a significant problem. A considerable number of Nepalese citizens enter the U.S. as tourists but choose not to return home, electing instead to stay illegally in the hope of building a better life. Many are driven by economic migration, seeking to escape poverty in Nepal without having a clear, legal path for permanent settlement in America. Because the overall size of their community in the U.S. is relatively small, even a modest number of violators gives Nepal a disproportionately high deportation rate. This is why, despite its size, Nepal finds itself among the top Asian countries affected by U.S. deportations in 2025. 3. Philippines. Filipinos have long been associated with the term TNT, or Tago ng Tago, which refers to those who overstay their visas and remain in the U.S. without legal authorization, hiding and hiding. Many Filipinos initially arrive with valid tourist or work visas, but in pursuit of better opportunities, they choose not to return when their visas lapse. This has made Filipinos one of the largest undocumented immigrant groups in the U.S., frequently placing them under scrutiny during immigration crackdowns and deportation operations. Another major issue is the failure to renew expired visas, especially among workers in service-related jobs, construction, and caregiving. There are also notable cases of human trafficking, where some Filipinos are brought into the U.S. illegally and subsequently discovered without proper papers, leading to immediate deportation. Furthermore, instances of fake documents and green card scams contribute to the problem. Those caught using fraudulent papers not only face deportation but also the severe penalty of being blacklisted or permanently banned from re-entering the U.S. Despite these challenges, the Philippines remains one of the largest Asian immigrant groups in America. Due to the massive Filipino population in the U.S., even a small percentage of deportations translates into large actual numbers compared to other countries. This high volume is the primary reason why the Philippines ranks high on the list of deportations, serving as a clear reminder that no matter the size of the community, anyone without proper legal status is still vulnerable. 2. India. India boasts one of the fastest-growing immigrant communities in the United States. However, this rapid growth is accompanied by challenges that place it high on the deportation list in 2025. While many Indian nationals arrive legally, often through H-1B visas for the U.S. tech industry or tourist visas for brief visits, a significant number overstay their permitted duration, eventually becoming undocumented. Visa overstays remain a leading cause of deportation among Indians, as U.S. immigration authorities are now rigorously enforcing the monitoring of visa expirations and targeting areas with high Indian population concentrations, such as in New Jersey, California, and Texas. Another recurring issue is the rise of marriage fraud and fake documentation. Some Indian nationals enter into sham marriages to secure green cards, while others resort to falsified papers in an attempt to legalize their status. Once these schemes are discovered, they result not only in deportation but also in long-term bans and increased scrutiny for legitimate visa applicants from India. Simultaneously, many Indians facing economic difficulties or visa denials find themselves engaging in unauthorized employment in industries like construction, trucking, retail, and food services. Immigration crackdowns frequently target these specific sectors, making undocumented workers highly susceptible to arrest and removal. The asylum system has also become a major concern. In recent years, thousands of Indian nationals have applied for asylum, often citing political or religious persecution, but a large proportion of these applications are denied due to insufficient evidence or fraudulent claims. As a consequence, many are placed directly into deportation proceedings. With these cases augmenting the already high rates of overstays and illegal employment, India has emerged as one of the countries with the highest number of deportations in 2025. This trend underscores a harsh reality. While America continues to represent opportunity for millions of Indians, the risks associated with residing without proper legal status are greater than ever, making deportation a palpable threat for those unable to regularize their stay. 1. China. China has one of the largest immigrant populations in the United States, and because of its sheer size, it also records some of the highest actual numbers of deportations in 2025. A significant portion of these cases stems from students and workers who overstay their visas. Many Chinese nationals arrive legally to pursue education or employment, but once their visas expire, they fail to leave and become undocumented. With thousands of Chinese students enrolled in U.S. universities and many more entering through various work programs, visa overstaying has become the main reason China consistently ranks at the top of deportation lists. Another major factor is the presence of unauthorized employment and illegal businesses. There have been reports of underground Chinese-owned establishments operating without proper permits, ranging from small retail shops to unlicensed service providers. These businesses violate not only labor and tax laws but also place undocumented workers at greater risk of detection and deportation. Furthermore, political tensions between the U.S. and China have resulted in heightened security concerns. This has prompted U.S. immigration authorities to place stricter monitoring on Chinese nationals, increasing the likelihood of removal when violations are discovered. Lastly, asylum fraud has been a growing issue. Thousands of Chinese nationals apply for asylum annually, frequently citing political or religious persecution. However, many of these applications are denied after being flagged as fabricated or lacking credible evidence. When asylum claims fail, applicants are placed directly into deportation proceedings, further boosting China's numbers. Combined with visa overstays, illegal employment, and political scrutiny, these factors make China the #1 Asian country with the highest deportations in 2025. This is a stark reminder that even one of the world's largest immigrant groups is not immune to strict U.S. immigration enforcement. Ultimately, the deportation statistics from these 5 Asian countries underscore one harsh reality. Regardless of the size of the immigrant community or the strength of diplomatic ties, the U.S. immigration system maintains a clear and firm boundary. Visa overstays, fraudulent documents, unauthorized work, and rejected asylum claims all lead to the same consequence: deportation. For many, America represents the land of opportunity, but for those who choose to circumvent the rules, that dream can rapidly devolve into a nightmare. The numbers confirm that deportations are rising and the consequences are becoming more severe. So, what are your predictions? Will these countries continue to dominate the list in the coming years, or will new nations take their place? One thing remains certain: the challenge of achieving legal status in the U.S. has never been greater, and the choice for immigrants has never been clearer. Adhere to the law or face the risk of being sent home.